Hello, Irish Zero here. Hope you're all well. I'm good. Thank you very much for asking. So today for a video, I thought I would do a review on a certain film. Yes, thank you, Heather, for ruining my intro. Yes, I'm going to talk about the Blair Witch Project.
It began as a mystery. It became a phenomenon. And now it's as close as your remote control.
Now, the Blair Witch Project is very important to me because it's the first and only horror film that truly scared me. Before then, I was like, nothing, like Nightmare on Elm Street didn't do anything for me, Friday the 13th, Halloween, even The Exorcist. Like, I liked all those films, but they didn't really they didn't really hit me as much as the Blair Witch Project did. I saw it when it came out in September 99, or it might have been October. Well, I saw it when it first came out, and I think I saw it day one because I got sucked into it. All the hype, the whole media thing, the way they advertised it. I saw the documentary, which I absolutely loved. That freaked me out. The documentary really freaked me out. And the concept of a movie would be done like a found footage, like on a camcorder thing, that was like, no one would ever make a film like that. So it must be real. And look, there's a website that actually says like, hey, this is real, these guys are missing. And so I was like, yeah, it must be real, because who would make a fake website? It takes so much time and money, and it was crazy. And what really grabbed me as well is like the whole lore, the whole story, the history about, the Blair Witch, how it was set, I think it was like the 1800s, and about an Irish immigrant, yay, Irish, Eileen Kedwood. She was sent out into the cold after kids accused her of being a witch. Then kids went missing, and the town kind of picked up and left, and all the way up to like the guy Rustin Parr when he killed a bunch of kids. And it was almost like a perfect, like how they came up with it. I would love to have been in the meetings when they just wrote it all out. I fell for it. I was 15, I was stupid, I admit it, but I absolutely loved it. Then I went to see the film, and I was truly terrified. I think I was scared from like 2 weeks. 2 weeks I would go to sleep, I would wait for my brother to fall asleep, then I would turn the light on and try to fall asleep that way. And like I would turn on at maybe one or two. My brother would wake up at maybe 4, turn it off, because I shared a room with my brother. Then he'd get pissed off at me for leaving the lights on, waking him up when we had to get up for school the next morning. But even though I was really scared, I absolutely missed that. Then of course I played the video games when they came out. That's a whole different thing. I absolutely loved the video games, particularly the first one, Rustin Parr. It looked awful even back then. It didn't look that good, but God, was it scary. I think probably, I don't know if it's in anyone's top 10 list, but it's definitely in mine. I put it up there with maybe PT. So as for the film itself, well, we all know the infamous tagline. In 1995, 3 student filmmakers disappeared while making a documentary in Woods, Burkittsville. A year later, the footage was found. And that's where the thing is, the whole film is the documentary, or all the footage put together. And so the story follows our 3 characters. Heather, who I have to say I had a little bit of a crush on, pre-snot. Then we have Mike.
Show the kids at home what the stick is for.
And of course, who can forget?
Josh! 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 Josh!
Josh! Josh!
Josh!
Josh! Josh!
Josh!
Josh! Josh! Josh! Josh!
Josh!
Josh! Josh! Josh! Josh! Josh! Josh! Josh, is that you down there?
And how they kind of slowly break down, I absolutely love. Like Heather, she tried to, stay strong, say, no, I'm right. Even though you probably could blame a lot of it on her, but the whole thing of them, going around in circles, Josh disappearing, Then of course the end when they're in the basement of the house. That was, I mean, you couldn't really blame anyone for that. It was obviously all crazy witchcraft. I would actually love to have seen how like the whole documentary would have turned out, because I don't know ultimately what the goal was in the documentary. Like, were they trying to find, or was Heather trying to find paranormal activities, or just go to the sites and talk about it? But I loved the very start when they were talking to the people around the town.
Sort of in the winter, I guess, the fall or the winter 1940, some of the young kids started to disappear, and nobody knew anything about why they were disappearing.
I absolutely love that, and I wish for a documentary they would have finished. Someone would have finished that. I'd love to have seen how that would have turned out. And what made it special is, while it wasn't the first found footage movie, I think that goes to Cannibal Holocaust. I think I only saw that film once and never again. It put a bad taste in my stomach. Not that it was scary or anything, it just made me feel uncomfortable at the end. But the Blair Witch, it was a phenomenon. It was marketed perfectly. It was I thought, a great film. It kind of splits people in half. Either when people saw it, they were super bored, or really loved it, or maybe there were the small few that actually got motion sickness when they were watching it in the cinema. And this was one of the first movies I saw which had like the whole abrupt ending, which is now infamous for these films, especially found footage films. But this was a case where I think the best way that I heard it described was it was earned. And it made sense, especially when you look back earlier in the film where, they talked about it. That's how the killer killed the guys. They were obviously in the basement of that house.
What he did is he took the kids down to the basement by twos, and he made one face into the corner.
Really?
And then he would kill the other one. And then when he was done with that, he'd grab the one out of the corner and kill that one too.
It was almost a perfect ending, and the fact that you didn't see anything. You didn't see a witch. You didn't see the whole thing with the kids, laughing and playing. And of course Heather, with that infamous thing like, oh, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? That was the fact that you didn't see anything, and they didn't talk about it later on. That was excellent. The only thing you saw was whatever that thing was wrapped up. It was like there was blood in it. It looked like maybe there was teeth. Even listening to the commentary on the DVD, which I highly recommend. If you have the DVD or Blu-ray, watch it. They really do talk about some cool stuff, and like how they would really, really mess with the actors, having like the boom boxes with the separate sounds, like all that crazy stuff. Brilliant. The whole thing was brilliant from start to finish, and it was done on like a nothing budget. In fact, if you listen to some of the interviews, I think they returned one of the camcorders that they shot. I think Heather's camcorder. They actually returned that to the store because it was still within the 7-day return window, because the film only took like 5 days to make the movie. And the fact that while they were actors, the three of them actually shot the movie themselves, and that was pretty cool as well. And the fact that it worked. I am so happy there's a sequel coming this week, which is why I'm doing this video, to kind of get in on the whole craze. It's getting mostly good reviews. I hope I'm going to be part of those good reviews. And hopefully this will wash out the awful taste of the sequel, Book of Shadows, which I was so excited originally. Wow, a Blair Witch sequel. Sold, shut up, take my money. Then it's like, do you mind if I take some of that money back? No, but we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed it's going to be good. Well, anyway, this was my first proper review with clips and stuff. If you liked it, share, subscribe, blah 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 blah, whatever YouTube stuff, and I might do more. We'll see. Anyway, that's it for me for today. So until next time, I should say to you all, have a good one.